How do you find your purpose? This is without a doubt one of the most important questions out there, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to find yours. But first, I like to start off with a story. When I was much younger, I didn't have a purpose. I didn't have a clue about what I wanted to do with my life. But at the time, I did know two things. Number one, I didn't particularly like school. I felt like it was a waste of time, so I dropped out. Number two, I knew I had to make some money to support myself, so I got a job as a door-to-door salesman. I worked my butt off and eventually got promoted to the position of sales manager. Now my job was to teach people how to do sales. So one day this girl walks in looking for a job. She's 24, she's a single mother with a 6-year-old son, and the job she was coming from only paid her minimum wage. So she was looking for a better alternative to help support herself and her child. And I did my best. I took everything that I knew about sales and I taught it to her. I spent hours teaching her techniques and the right mindsets. I would call her when she was out knocking on doors to make sure she stayed motivated and to make sure she was working smart. And soon she became one of the best salespeople in the entire office. I eventually left that position to start my own business, but about a year later, I saw her again at a party, and she sat me down and said, "Richard, I'm extremely grateful for what you did for me. You taught me everything I needed to know about sales, and after you left, I got a job at another company doing sales for them, and now I make about $80,000 a year. I'm making 4 times what I used to make, and because of you, I'm now able to support my boy and send him to a good school and take him to all these fun places. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for teaching me everything you know. You changed my life and my boy's life." And after hearing that, I was just overwhelmed with this feeling, this heartwarming feeling. And it was from that moment on that I had an idea of what my purpose should be. In order to find a good purpose that will last you a lifetime, you need to meet 2 requirements. The first requirement is that your purpose must help others in some way. Studies have actually found that the most fulfilling thing you can do is to help others, to give back, to do community service, to raise kids, to donate to charities, stuff like this. When you give back, your levels of happiness and self-esteem go way up. This is because you feel useful, you feel like you're needed in the community. And I can tell you from personal experience that it is without a doubt one of the greatest feelings you'll ever come across. Now, if you don't stick to this requirement and you focus on a purpose that doesn't help others, I guarantee you that you'll find yourself losing motivation. This is because your purpose does not provide you with a strong sense of fulfillment. There isn't a good enough reward for all that hard work. The second requirement is that your purpose must be a goal that you can never achieve. What do I mean by this? Well, in the Olympics, there's this strange phenomenon. Many athletes who win the gold medal are suddenly met with depression. They spent their whole lives training, working hard, sweating towards getting that gold medal. But once they get it, once they hold it in their hands, they suddenly no longer have a goal. If you have a goal that can be reached, one day you will reach it and suddenly be left with no purpose. You'll be overwhelmed with confusion and sadness, and that's why your purpose must be a goal that you can never truly reach. Here's an example of a purpose that meets these 2 requirements. My purpose in life is to spread as much love as possible before I die. I will do this by teaching others and providing them the tools they need in order to reach their own happiness and success. As you can see, this is a purpose that helps others and can never truly be reached. It's not possible for me to teach every single person on this planet, and even if I did, I could always teach them more things. So now that we know the requirements for a good purpose, we can talk about how you can actually get your purpose. And here's the truth. In order to get your purpose, you must make it up. That's right, you don't just accidentally find your purpose like most people think you do. You actually have to sit down and decide what you want it to be. After hearing the heartwarming words from my previous student and starting this channel, getting tons of thank you emails from you guys, I decided that I wanted my purpose to be the one I mentioned above. So I took a whiteboard and I wrote it down. My purpose is to spread as much love as possible. And I stuck it on my wall. Every couple of days, sometimes multiple times a day, I would look at it. I would repeat it in my head. My purpose is to spread as much love as possible. My purpose is to spread as much love as possible. And for the first month I did this, I was met with some resistance. I had thoughts like, stop lying to yourself, or you're not that noble of a person, stop trying so hard. And this is completely natural. A purpose is something that requires a massive change in character. So when you force this sort of change into your mind, you will be met with some resistance. But all you have to do is continue to repeat it. My purpose is to spread as much love as possible. My purpose is to spread as much love as possible. If you persist and continue to say your purpose to yourself over and over and over again, you will eventually believe it. And now after thousands of times of repeating this line to myself, I can now say it to others with pride. Every time people ask me why I do the things I do, why do you work so hard to teach others, I say with conviction, because I want to spread as much love as possible. I am filled with pride because I am honored to have this role, to be able to help out humanity in this way before I die. you can find your purpose too. Just remember the advice in this video. Make sure that it's something that helps others in some way, and make sure that it's a goal that can never truly be reached. Then say it to yourself over and over again until you believe it from the bottom of your heart, until you're willing to die for it, because that's what a purpose is. It's what you will fight for the rest of your life till the day you fucking die. This episode was brought to you with the help of the guys at Brilliant.org. It's one thing to be able to find your purpose, but it's another to be able to chase after it. Brilliant is a place where you can learn more about science, math, logic, and other useful subjects that will help you chase after your goals. What's great about them is that they don't teach by merely stating facts and making you memorize things. Instead, they employ a teaching style that I found to be very effective. It's a much more hands-on approach. My favorite course right now is The Joy of Problem Solving. I'm a big believer that anyone who has high aspirations needs to be able to solve problems, and this course does a really good job helping you hone your ability to overcome the many obstacles that are bound to come your way. If you want to be able to chase after your purpose effectively, go to brilliant.org/improvement pill to sign up for free. The first 200 people who click on the link in the description box below will also get 20% off their yearly plan. So act fast, guys.